All right, we're live. It is Mick's birthday today, but I also hear it's Brandon's birthday too. Our friend Brandon in Texas. So happy birthday to everyone.
Happy birthday.
So we got Wayne, Hank, and Hobby Motor Klaus. It's funny. I was working on a Toro today. Guy dropped it off last week. Guy at work, nice guy. It was his nephew's, and said beats the hell out of it. Has been sitting for years. It's the exact same one that James Condon did the video on the other day. Exact same one, but it's got twice the issues. All right, so I end up taking the carb apart, and I made the cardinal mistake that I always do on those Kohler 149cc carburetors. I turn them upside down, and I forget about that rivet piece, and it falls out. The one for the choke linkage, okay? They don't have a bottom on it. It's just like a headed rivet, and it's aluminum, so you can't look with a magnet. And once it falls out, now your linkage is doing this, okay? So I do that, and I go, oh, my God. So I ended up, I'm taking off the self-propelled cover, figure maybe it slid underneath there, so it wasn't under there, right? Anyway, that was just the beginning, though. All right, so I get the thing all apart. I end up finding a Philister head screw, about the right size thread, threaded right in there, worked perfect. I said, okay, I'll do that, and I'm gonna do a video on it and all that. All right. So anyway, I get the thing running. This is the thing, Hank. I told you, I think, in the Klaus has a cracked dipstick. The top of this dipstick is missing. It's like got half of a handle on it where you screw it in quarter turn. I don't know what happened if someone just, I don't know, just maybe something hard smacked into it. Hey, there's the birthday boy. What's going on,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday, Mick.
There you go.
Thanks for the birthday wishes.
Yeah, no worries. Oh. All right, that was quick and simple. There we go. But anyway, so I'm working on it, and half the handle's missing. So anyway, I started up, and now it's like shaking. I'm like, are you kidding me? I get the carb all redone, but you don't know until you run it, right? So I look at the blade, and the blade looks okay, but I've got to put a dial indicator on it later and maybe see if the crank's bent. But I'm saying all this work, and then I look underneath it, and I'm looking back at James Condon's video, right, where the plastic plate in the back, it's like a shroud.
The baffle,
the baffle that deflects all the grass, it's gone. Like in James's video, exact same as James's. So that's like $32, for aftermarket. I'm like, oh my God, what else, And I'm thinking, so I called the guy up, and he had already given me like $60 to, just get it going, change it out, whatever. And I call him, I said, look, he says, doesn't matter, just whatever it takes. But it's just like one thing after the other. You ever have jobs like that where you work and it's like never ending? And the $50, $60 bill is going to be $150 by the time you're done with it.
Oh, yeah.
But
you can hear the echo of the pot cannon going, whoa, whoa,
oh my God. Just one thing. But what I'm amazed at, everything it needs, though, is available aftermarket. Even that shroud, all that stuff in the back, it is available. But
must be a popular mower.
Yeah, in fact, I sent James the model number. It's the exact same model number from his video, exact same one. So he's like sort of coaching me on different things. But let's see who's in the chat here. I'm all way behind on the chat. Who did we start out with?
You look good, Wayne.
Thanks, buddy.
Sparky, hello, Sparky.
It's sitting too low, though. See,
Rich, hello, Rich. Simone is there.
I've seen people get that new swag there, but nothing in my mail yet. You know what? That cost about $150 to get it to you.
Hey, maybe tomorrow.
Think of the good feeling you would have afterwards.
All right. You'll get one then.
I may do a live with Simone tomorrow. I tell you, she's been doing some really cool sheet metal work where she bent up some really nice like frame rails and things, only with simple things like angle iron and stuff. So we may do a live tomorrow to promote her channel, but really, really good stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
But,
so Kenny, you were talking about if we got any equipment similar to what you're talking about. We had two guys show up with two mowers. Both self-propelled, and one riding John Deere, the smaller riding John Deere mowers.
Yeah.
But first thing I did on the push on the self-propelled mowers was say, are you sure you guys want to spend money on these two machines?
Yeah.
The one's the old-fashioned Toro, and the other one's a Craftsman. Oh, yeah, no problem. Well, The one bill for the Craftsman self-propelled, completely going over it, is $158.
Yeah.
And that I didn't clean the bottom of the deck because I was worried that the deck's going to fall apart because it's got some holes coming through it, right? But the guy's happy with the $158.
Yeah, what are you going to get though for 150? What are you really going to get? You're not.
Then the riding mower is $203, but that includes a $100 battery because his battery had to be replaced. So it was only an hour of labor to sharpen the blades. There was like 3 inches of mud and sticks and everything jammed up on the deck. Clean it all up. The guy, I called the guy. Hey, the guy said, "Well, I guess I got to take out a second mortgage." I say, "Why? You upset about the price on the self-propelled?" He said, "Well, no, it's the riding mower." I said, $100 of it is the battery.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's a good one, hey, Hank?
Sounds like somebody else I know.
What we got here? Ben, everybody's chatting. Yeah, Sparky chimed in first. I haven't seen Sparky in a while. Hope all is good. Hoss is here. Mac is here. Getting caught up little by little. So what are you working on besides that, Wayne? You keep him busy down there?
Well, I got to tell you an interesting story here. Like Jake and I, we quit doing the 2 strokes and we send them off to Brian at 5 Star, just the next town over.
Yeah.
And a guy brought us, one of our regular customers, brought us a Troy-built 4-stroke.
Okay. Wait, 4-stroke what? Like trimmer or something?
Yeah, gas.
I hate those.
Trimmer.
I hate those.
The one that you got to put, like, I think it's 3.07 ounces of oil in
it's hardly
every 25 hours. But those things got so much torque that you could take asphalt off a driveway with these things, right?
Yep.
So, anyways, I just take the plug out. I give it a shot at carb clean, or I just opened up the air breather there, give it a shot at carb cleaner, give it a fire. It fired and it died. I says, you know what? We're going to send this to Brian and let Brian work on it. It needs carb work. So Brian calls. He says, order me a carb. And here's the part number to carb. This is an MTD carb.
Yeah.
OEM. Yep. Part number was 753-11331. It's an OEM carb replacement for this Troy-built trimmer.
Yeah.
Brian gets it. He calls me up and he says, the thing runs like a charm.
Really?
He says, it was shooting parts that my neighbor had in his grass into my truck and damaging my truck. It's got so much torque. So Brian brings it back for the guy to pick up. And right on the label on the outside of that trimmer, it says prime 10 times.
Hold it does. Yeah.
Hold throttle down.
Yep.
And it's going to fire, right? So the guy tries it twice, don't work. He's got to go to work. So I try it twice, don't work. So I call Brian up. I says, Brian, thing don't start. He said, man, it fired up right here, but I only primed it 5 times.
Yeah.
So I says, okay, well, he says, I'll come and pick it up. I'm in the shop. We're watching, getting ready for the fights. Jake comes in. He says, oh, did Brian fix that trimmer? I said, yeah, but we couldn't get it started. Jake walks over, primes it twice, pulls the cord, fires right up. Runs like a clock.
Yeah.
So then I call Brian. I tell him, okay, it's running. But I don't realize that nobody mentioned to me that you don't pull the throttle trigger. So the guy shows up to pick it up again.
Wait, what do you mean you don't pull the? You start it with no throttle?
You don't engage the throttle to start it. You prime it twice, pull the cord, and the thing fires right up.
Really?
But Jake didn't tell me he didn't engage the throttle. Brian didn't tell me. So the guy shows up again to pick it up, and we're out there in 2 primes, and then 2 more primes, and we're trying. And I said to the guy, you know what? Maybe Jake and Brian aren't engaging this throttle. So we pull it, and it fires right up. I call Brian and I ask him, what's the difference? There has to be a difference from the original carb. And he says there is. They must have upgraded it because it doesn't have a return line going back to the body of the carb. This one was just right.
Really? But was there a 3-hole grommet or something? Or what was that?
Buddy, I don't know. All I know is it's missing a return line that went back to the body because it didn't have the outlet for it. So they upgraded it somehow. But now all the instructions on the machine are void.
I was going to say, on those, though, that would mean you need a gas tank vent then, right?
Because that means you can flood it by priming it.
Yes, that's what was
I
happening.
got you. Yeah, okay.
And I figured,
there you go. That makes sense.
and I figured when we were opening the throttle up by holding the
Yeah.
handle, we're not creating that little vacuum it needs, or something's going on because the thing's firing up without engaging the throttle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You got a video on it at all or no?
Are you kidding? Come on. As a matter of fact, I called Brian up, but I told him, you should have videoed that, because that would have been a great video, because the instructions to start it are now like nobody will ever get it started. They'll end up throwing it away if they don't know.
Yeah. I'm just curious about what the carb looks like. What was that part number?
753.
Yeah.
Dash 1133-1.
Well, I'm just curious to see what that looks like.
Say the first three numbers again, Wayne.
753
or 953. It'll all come up the same.
All right.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Huh. See, it's funny. One pitch it's a rotary carburetor, right? A rotary style.
Yeah, it came right from MTD.
Yeah. But the one that I'm showing shows two lines, one going for the fuel, another for the purge.
For the return to the fuel.
You said there's only one line going to it?
He says there was another line on the original carb that was going back to the body of the carb. That's not on this new one.
Huh. Yeah, because I see it where you get a purge line on top, and then the...
you got your...
Yeah. Interesting. Huh. That's kind of cool.
And I'll tell you, I pulled the plug. I don't think we're flooding it, because we primed it 10 times. When I pulled the plug was dry.
Yeah.
It was like it was getting no fuel, but without engaging that throttle lever, thing fires right up.
Hey, Robert, you got a flashlight or something? I can't see your face.
Let me see if I can turn around to the other.
There you go. Oh, you look like the guy from Gas Monkey Garage.
Yep.
Hey, Brock, on the top of the chat is where Kenny has the live stream.
What's that?
Brock was looking for a live stream.
The link.
Yeah. What is it? My BR 400. I don't have a primer on it. You just have to choke it. You set the throttle, put a few times, it kicks off on choke, then boom. I catch it sometimes just right. It'll go from choke to run. It'll run perfect. But
yeah, I never had luck with the MTDs though. I never, for some reason, I don't know why.
Oh,
they are finicky. Hey, Brock,
Yeah.
how you doing,
fellas?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And you know the spring that always goes on the still grass trimmers, the easy start.
Easy start, yeah, the secondary spring.
Yeah, the secondary spring. So we get one in, and like, even though I don't do two strokes, this was just replace that spring. So I call the dealer up. They only got one. One spring. I said, order me 6. So I got 6 in stock, because if you're only going to carry one of something that always breaks, no wonder people got to wait for 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, what's in there, friend Doug? Same thing. He was waiting for one of those because he had. I guess there's 2 or 3 different sizes on those.
Yeah, you guys know why they break, right?
Yeah. Well, they drop start when they drop start them.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I love drop starting, but the easy start, you got to watch the second
easy
time
start
you do it.
requires only 2 fingers.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how powerful you are. You pull with 2 fingers, and it'll.
Yeah, they say people with arthritis and things like that, it's a lot better for them.
Yep, it is.
You just got to remember. That's it.
Yeah,
but everybody drop starts though. That's what people do.
Now this guy's happened to break because his engine hydro locked, I guess, because the needle valve must have unsealed, and the engine was filled with fuel. Because when I first tried it, fuel came shooting out.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
Well, I tell you, when they lock though, hydro lock, they lock. I mean, because otherwise you break the rings.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, Brock. I like that video you did on that John Deere. Had to redo the fuel intake.
I appreciate that, Robert. Yep.
Yeah, that was a strange one. I'm like, what the
Yeah. That thing was as clean as a whistle. You sure you found that in the backyard somewhere?
Yeah. No, that actually was a customer.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! You're getting into something other than what's in the field.
Man. I try to refuse it, but the money just
And-
keeps pulling me back.
I wish
Then
I
I
had
think-
somebody with a field next door like that.
I had two riding mowers come in. I knew they were going to come in this morning, and I figured, all righty, 2 riding mowers in for service, la la la, for a weekend, good money.
Yep.
First one comes in with a spindle house on the deck. It makes a sound. We need to replace it. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. The other one was one of the new Husqvarna riding mowers, regular mowers, surging. I say, all righty, carb clean, easy money.
Mm.
Did the Husqvarna one, which is their own engine. I think it's a Longsin engine. We who's got a radio in the background?
That's my wife.
Oh, sorry.
Over there turning
Wait, you want to turn it down? No knob on that. Sorry.
Ain't no knob.
Carb took about 10 minutes to clean. It runs like a champ. The other one thing, okay, let's get into that spindle thing, because now we're selling parts, right? You know that bracket that goes from the frame down to the deck? It's just a piece of flat stock that goes up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For height
the bolt on the deck had come loose and gone away. So the bracket was riding on the pulley, making this horrible sound that sounded like a bad bearing.
Right.
I'm kind of like, oh, put a new bolt in. Ta-da, done.
Isn't that the rear support though that holds it up in the rear?
Nah, it's part of the support.
I know you got the 2 arms that hold it, but isn't that like
Yeah,
a sort of a angled support or something?
It's just a support. It doesn't adjust the height or anything.
No,
That's the whole lifting
I
mechanism.
think it takes the weight though. Doesn't it keep it like balanced centrally or something? Or?
It doesn't keep. I think it's to avoid it from slurring.
Oh, left to
from
right.
side
Oh
to
yeah,
side.
yeah, like a panhard bar. Yeah, left to right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
But yeah, so I sold 1 bolt and 2 squirts of carb clean.
Nice. What's that? $40?
Tops.
Yeah.
The one with the bolt, I'm not even going to charge the guy.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I had a carburetor yesterday, Echo SRM 225, fairly new, maybe 3 or 4 years old. That the original carb didn't have many hours on it, nice and clean. But for some reason, I took out the plastic plug for the high speed and for the low speed, so I could adjust it. I adjusted it for his mixture because you always have to adjust. I adjusted for his mixture. He ran it for about a week, brought it back, said, nope, not running right, not running right. So I cleaned it all out again, took the cold carb apart, cleaned it back. Rotary carburetor, it's a Zama. And I put it back together, and it, to me, it seemed like it was running good. I used True Fuel, it was running good. 2 days later, oh, Ken, it's still not running. So he brings it by, you hit the throttle, and it's almost as if you have to let the throttle loose by about a 16th of the distance, and then it smooths out. But if you try and go full throttle, it doesn't like it. So I'm saying, well, is it going past full maybe? And the hole in the barrel is getting closed off. So I took it apart, and no, everything seemed good. But I called the dealer, and I said to him, it seemed like a low hours carb. You know what he said, though? He said the barrels over time will wear, because they're plastic. He said, as those barrels wear, it doesn't react to like needle changes and stuff like that. Just air leak, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I bought, and a brand new one was $50 for a brand new carb. Yeah, brand new carb.
You can buy a good car for that.
I know. I put it on, and it was like perfect. Started good, idle good, everything's perfect. But what's funny is in the kit, it's a Echo box with the Zama inside. It comes with the black plastic plug that you put into either, I think it's the one for the top. So once you could adjust a low mixture to get the right, the highest idle, with the low mixture screw, and they want you to push that plug back. I didn't push it. I'm not going to keep do that. But still, and it was funny. The plug was in that same bag, but sealed in a separate section of the bag.
I've never seen that before.
Well, usually those Zama rotary carbs have a plastic plug in the side and on the top. The top one is for your low speed.
Like anti-tamper or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but I usually take a number 2 crochet needle, get it white hot, stick it in, it comes right out. But And normally you adjust them and you're fine. And this guy here, a couple of his other Echoes, I've adjusted them because he uses a mix like this. You know, he's, yeah, I think it's right. You know, that's his mix, you know? And so every time he brings it by, I adjust it and it's running good. And then the next week, oh, it's not running right. What's your mix? And I said to him, don't you have a measuring cup or something for your mix? No, I mean, because I literally have customers that look at the bottle and it's like the color. They're like, yeah, it's good.
No.
Yeah, that's how they do it. And I had one guy, he actually blew a short block on one of those Ryobi backpacks that has the vertical engine on it.
One less Ryobi.
Yeah, and the short blocks are like 175 for the short block. The whole blower, I think, is 350 or something like that. But he blew the short block twice. And I said to him, I gave him a steel bottle that was empty. I said, this bottle makes 1 gallon. So you fill up this bottle, 1 gallon, and he's still doing it like, yeah, looks good. So he brings it over. It looks like a Shirley Temple. I go, what is this? You know? And he goes, oh. And I said to him, I said, no. I said, you can't even see through it. I said, it's not the right mix.
Now, that's always my fear, too. You know, when I sell something, it's like, man, do you know how to mix fuel? They're like, oh, yeah.
I usually sell the bottle of True Fuel with it if I do a repair.
Yeah.
And I tell them, if you're going to change to something different, you may have to retune it. And they know that. And sometimes I'll come back. Yeah.
My grandpa showed me how to mix the two-stroke fuel.
Yeah?
Yeah, but back then it was what, 12 to 1, Bruce? Way back then.
Whenever my dad shook into the big
16 to 1.
Back then you used to use motor oil. That was your mix. Yeah.
I tell you, since I've been doing mixed way, I have no problem.
Yeah.
What's it called? Mixed way?
Mick, the mower man. He has a video on how to mix it.
Yeah, little at a time. I usually do a gallon at a time. Yeah.
I only do 2 liters at a time.
Yeah.
2 liter.
Yep. Like I said, between my trimmer and my blower each week, doing my house, my mother's house, I probably go through maybe half a quart a week, 16 ounces a week.
I only use steel motor mix, so I don't mix.
I can't afford that. So.
And I use the kinetics, Klaus, from.
I use the Ultra Oil.
Well, I used the steel little bottles, and I had 1 left, and you guys know me, and it fell onto the floor, and I got oil on the floor. Now I don't have any more 2-stroke oil.
I've got a bunch of the Aspen, like Simone said. I have a bunch of the Aspen in the quart bottles. Me and Hank bought a bunch of it, and I think I may mix them up in the fall though. Like when I'm getting ready to store the stuff, I'll mix it up with that. But right now, I just use the Ultra Mix with premium Shell and or Sunoco.
I tell people it's better that you use your money on the gasoline than you use it spending it on me.
That's right.
And they sort of buy that. Then I sell them a bottle.
Yeah, you're right, Klaus, because we haven't had a mower come back that the people that bought the Kinetics fuel, not one showed up this year. No. Everybody that didn't buy the Kinetics office and stored their equipment, likely 50% of them went back for carb cleats.
Now you can't get the Aspen, Wayne? Is that what it is?
Briggs used to carry. We used to order it from Power Source, and they did carry the Aspen, but once they developed their own line of Kinetics, they started selling that.
Yeah, and Kinetics is just as good. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah,
I'm sure it would. But it costs you a fortune.
I mean, rally cars runs on it. They have a high octane Aspen. Rally cars runs on it.
I wonder if you buy it like a 55-gallon drum, it's probably not too bad. But
when you're done.
Hey, all I know is the dealers here get $12 a quart for Aspen.
What I will say, guys, the Husqvarna I worked on today is 2 years old.
Okay, I got a question on the hood.
And the guy, so just a sec, and the guy. He just buys regular E10 fuel with 10% ethanol.
Why does he buy ethanol fuel if you can get non-ethanol?
You can't get non-ethanol.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No.
Yeah, we can't either.
But 2 years, guys. 2 years, and the carburetor starts acting up.
Wow.
2 years.
Yeah. Okay, now the question I got, Close, is that hood on the Husqvarna, is it that hard plat? Have they changed it like the push mowers that they're selling? Because they're like that hard brittle plastic now.
Yeah, but this one was metal. This one was metal.
It's a metal hood? Okay.
It doesn't have a plastic front grill on it or anything?
No, it's called a TC138L.
Huh.
And it's I mean the front thing with the lights and stuff is plastic, but the hood itself is metal.
even the air box on that Husqvarna we got, and it's 1 year old, even that air box to push those tabs down to open up the air box to change the air filter, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
Like they've made the air box out of that hard plastic also, and you're worried about breaking everything when you're trying to open it up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sometimes you just wonder what they're thinking when they're manufacturing these things.
I think that's the problem,
Yeah.
Brock. They didn't think.
Money.
Ching, 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 ching.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's
Here's
it.
Alberta, Bruce. Edmonton.
Yeah, one more game.
Yeah.
Oh, they lost again?
No, they won last night.
No, Florida lost, and now it's 3-3, right?
Yeah, going game 7 on Monday.
How the hell did they go from 3-0 to 3-3?
It hasn't been done since 1940. Sorry,
Wow. Well, yeah, you know what I think it is, though, to be honest? I think it's all about the revenue and it's about the advertising.
Well, the game 4, game 5, and Edmonton won like 11-1.
If I can just
Coley got instructions.
If I can just finish up Simone's question.
Oh, it's knowledge and stuff.
Which one?
Well, it's not small, but cars.
Car?
Vintage cars. A lot of vintage car owners here, when they store their machines for the winter, they put aspen fuel in.
How much, though? How much? Like a couple gallons?
Pure aspen.
Yeah.
No, but like just a few gallons or what?
Just a gallon. Just a gallon.
Yeah.
Because it won't eat the old rubber seals. It won't eat any fuel lines. It won't deteriorate the carburetor.
Yeah, I do that on my motorcycle now too.
It's a smart move. Yeah, motorcycle. Yep.
All you gotta do is get a little container and take the gas tank, lead out, put the little new one in with the little tank. And
that's an old school trick too. Yep. Yeah. Carbureted engine. Yep.
Why would you fill up the tank or 5 gallons or 1 gallon when you can use a quart?
Yeah.
Big tank on a big tank. You're wondering if it's.
But some of these tanks, the metal tanks, you sort of want something at the bottom of it so it doesn't start to rust. If there is a drop of water somewhere, you want it contained. But yeah, you can use a quart. It wouldn't make a difference.
And how's that deck coming, Robert?
Huh?
The perpetual deck.
How's that deck coming?
It's coming. I just gotta.
We're waiting next week for part 72 of the videos.
Yeah.
I like his video.
I'm still waiting on serious.
It's looking clean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad, Simone. Wow.
But I found a new person on YouTube. Her name, she's over in England, called Calamity Kim.
Oh yeah, we watched her. Yeah. No, we've seen her.
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, good channel. I'm subscribed. Yeah.
She's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, Simone was talking about it the other day. Yep.
Hey, Simone had a good live the other day. Did you guys catch it?
Yeah, and then I may go live with her tomorrow. She's doing some sheet metal work, some really cool sheet metal work, and I'm amazed at one of them looked like a cow's head when it was flat, and then she bent it up. It's like a frame rail that goes on the back of the B pillar or C pillar. Really.
I don't know where you guys find your time to watch all these videos, man. I fucking barely.
During work.
One video
during work.
Hey, lunch and break. That's what.
Jenny, does she have a French wheel to form this sheet?
No. She did it all with like an angle iron and wood, and I tell you, it came out nice. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now
I do gotta apologize, guys. I have not been tuning in lately. I do apologize for that.
Yeah,
I miss you guys.
But we still charge you the fee to participate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Another day, I'm like, I looked at the square holes on that mower.
You didn't pay your fee there, Robert, or what?
Yeah. Well, nah, but I looked at the square holes on that mower pan for the GT. I'm like, let's see how we gonna measure these. I'm like, I got it. I'll just take my ratchets. So I'll find a square ratchet that fits that hole. And I'm like, yep, it's 3/8 inch.
Yeah.
But now the
square ratchet.
Of the bolt. Yeah. I use.
That's funny, Kenny.
No, but the bolt diameter is 3/8, and then the square is 3/8. I'm like,
wait, this isn't those $100 carriage bolts you're talking about last week, is it?
No, it's the square hole in the pan for the carriage bolt to go through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The round peg in the square hole.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm still waiting on Sears Parts Direct. I'm like, they
I don't know why you
talking
go
about,
with them, Robert. You can't get some of that stuff like hardware at the hardware store.
the Sears Parts Direct. They supposed to send. They said my complete mower pan is shipped. It was shipped on the 15th.
Robert, the question was, can you get it elsewhere?
Yeah.
I could get the hardware I need at the hardware store.
Yeah, but remember, you ordered a whole pan. You ordered the whole brand new pan.
Yep,
Sheet metal pan.
wow. It's got everything.
Wow.
Man,
Hello?
it comes with everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Good.
That's
good.
pretty cool. Is it thicker gauge too when it comes aftermarket like that?
It's thicker price too.
I bet it is. It's 12
Yeah,
gauge at least, right? 12 gauge.
Now, I put the mower pan that was on the YS 4500 on the XT.
Yeah.
But I'm ordering a new mower, whole new mower pan for the YS. But I'm like, and they talking about 8 to 10 days, and they shipped it on the 15th. And I go to track the package. Oh, there was an error in trying to track your package. I'm like,
sounds like Prime. Do tomorrow,
Man.
then you look. It's like we're having a
It's
problem.
always them runaround, man, with shipping.
You got a big lawn, Robert? How big of a lawn you got?
Well, it's probably a little over an acre, but that is what it's looking like.
Oh, wow.
Well, then you don't need them all right now.
Yeah. Did you burn it up?
We have not got rain in probably 3 or 4 weeks. If we don't start getting some rain pretty soon, the lake level is going to drop.
Right.
So the lake is
We have
either
the same
filled up
problem
by.
way up here.
Yeah, the
You gotta
thing
go
is,
fishing with poles then.
well, the thing is, the lake is either being filled up by runoff from drainage ditches or the rivers that are coming into it. And if we don't start getting some rain, it's gonna be like. And a lot of these yards around here that don't have actual water from the lake, they got grass cutting companies. They're gonna be like, oh, we gotta find something to do because we ain't got no grass to cut.
Yeah.
Now people who live on the lake can draw from it to water the yard, but there's probably limitations on how long they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I let mine go about a week and a half, and then I cut it because usually thicker, it'll protect it.
These days, we got about 2 inches of rain last night.
What do we get, Hank? We got a little bit here.
Okay, Josh, we haven't had 2 inches of rain this year.
Wow.
No way.
I'm telling you, I'm mowing the lawn every 3 days.
Really?
Every
2 days.
Yeah. 3 days.
What about fertilizer, Klaus? Anything with fertilizer or no?
Yeah, I do use some of that occasionally, like 4 times a season. But well, I go
twice a year.
Yeah, I do it 4 times, but I don't use as much as it says on the package. I use about half. So I
Be right back. Customer here to pick up.
All right, money.
Another victim.
Money.
So
Actually,
it's every 3 days. When it gets this much rain, it's every 3 days.
Yeah, I could do it if it started raining, but like I said, we had 100-degree temps all week, and for yesterday, about dinner time, we had maybe 20, 30 minutes of a good soak. But this morning, foggy and everything's all humid, but that all burned off, and now it's all dry again.
Yeah, because it's gonna take 2 or 3 weeks of good rain to get the grass green.
Oh, it'll just run off here. It won't do. It's too dry.
Yeah.
That's quick. It turns so dry. I mean,
Well,
hasn't really kicked off yet. You know,
I did a little thing this morning. I was going through my plants. Hank and I were talking about plants the other day, and I put watering can on top of a pot for about maybe 10 seconds, let it really soak in. And after it soaked, what I assumed soaked through and drained through, just for the hell of it, I put my hand in. I go like this. It's dry. Dry.
I got a trick for that, Kenny. I got a free trick for that.
What's that?
The potting soil you buy is the problem. You want to mix it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You want to mix it with some sand.
Really?
Well,
and you want to.
That's how they make concrete.
And you want to buy the little.
It's got the vermiculite in it. It's got the white vermiculite.
Well, you got to buy these lumps of.
The gel. Which one?
No, it's burnt clay. It looks like it's reddish in color.
Yeah.
And it can absorb like 3 times its own weight in water.
Really?
And you want to mix that in with your potting soil.
Yeah, because they sell these little tablets that turn to like Jello. It looks like they expand and then they release.
Well, you can do the same thing with sponges.
That's what someone said. Old sponges. Yeah, bury those too.
Yeah. But the thing is, sponges won't decompose afterwards. It's actually not good. Doesn't matter. The little clay things, they will suck up so much moisture that when you water, the dirt will actually absorb water instead of just running off.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
I was just amazed. I soaked the hell out of it, and I go like that, and it's literally dry. I was like,
under my nasturtiums, Kenny, it's the same thing. Yeah.
I tell you, Bruce, I only planted maybe 10 or 12 in a row, and they're about 3-4 inches now. The ones that came on their own, like just from falling off, they're a foot tall right now.
Well, that's because they're happy where they're laying, eh?
Yeah.
But I've started, I mix my own potting soil because I'm so unhappy with having to pay that much money for a bag of something. Then when it does dry out, the water it goes out to the sides and down.
That's what it is.
With a pail or a can.
It doesn't soak in, right?
No, it doesn't soak in. No.
So when I do that, I water it at the beginning of my root, and then right at the end of my root, I go back and I water those same ones again, and it holds.
Yeah, I thought I was watering the hell out of them by doing it like twice a day, but nope, because half of it's running out.
Yeah, it is. But it's the soil that's the problem. The soil can't absorb it.
What I did yesterday, though, I was watching a few videos because I love gardening, but I'm not the best of a gardener. But anyway, pruning tomatoes. I never realized that, any leaves toward the bottom will start to rot, and
anything that comes out of a V has to go.
Well, yeah, the sucker. You got to take the sucker out.
Pruning tomatoes is like talking about welding. You're going to get 15 different comments on how to.
But everyone agreed. When you have a plant, and I'll show you mine, but you want to go here. Let me go outside. I'll show you. Hold on. Man, if I lose you,
all right. Stop taking the camera.
Can't even.
You take off the bottom leaves that are touching your sucker, and then get that airflow in them.
They get the suckers off.
Yep. Yeah. So the one that you're talking about, Klaus, you would pick off this one, right, between the two.
Yeah. And, any V you got.
I did look at that. I had other people tell me not to do that. So.
Some suckers could be longer than the plant.
Yeah. They can.
I like that deck, Kenny. That's a nice deck, brother.
Yeah, you can see on mine, though, I pruned all of them 6 to 8 inches from the bottom. I got 7 plants. And then all the suckers are gone, but I got tons of flowers. So I'm hoping I got about 6 varieties out there.
I can't see a damn thing, Kenny. It's too far away.
Well, you know what? He doesn't have grandchildren because he's still got a ladder off the roof to the deck.
Yeah.
You go outside. Wait a minute.
Hey, where did the little guy go? Oh, he's on the roof playing with a gun.
I don't know what it is with kids and roofs, but
it's hot out here. Holy crap.
What you drinking, Klaus?
Wow.
It's a Pilsner.
Wow.
Pilsner?
Something for us Yankees.
Pilsner, yeah. It's a very light lager.
We got sunflower.
I'm drinking Modelo Light, that new light Modelo.
Oh, yep.
Is that the zero alcohol one?
See, we got a lot of flowers.
Well, they make one.
So they're going.
Yeah. Oh, I see the John Deere in the background too. Huh?
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of stuff. But like I said, prune them about 6 inches to a foot. Get rid of the suckers, and we'll see how they go.
Do you guys have those styrofoam self-watering thingies? You buy the styrofoam box, and you put a bag of soil on top, and then it sucks up water, and you can fill in, I don't know, 5-6 gallons into one in each, and it'll over time it'll drink. You guys get those?
Yeah, they sell them at Walmart here.
Yeah. Those are they're not very pretty, but they're fantastic, particularly for tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Was it like a self-watering pan or something?
Yeah, it is, and it has and it's got 3 holes in it. So when you get your bag of planting soil, you open up, you take some of that and put it in the holes, and it'll sort of suck water up. And you only have to put water in it like once every 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how hard it is.
Mm.
And you can put fertilizer in the water as well. So things kind of go when you use that.
I know one thing: if we don't get some rain, I got the feeling the whole
well,
state.
if you don't have to worry about your tomatoes there, Robert.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, it's not long till the 4th of July, and they're gonna be like, sorry, but no fireworks this year because it wouldn't take much. You get people setting fireworks off, and they got a bunch of pine trees around. That fire start up in a minute, boy.
Well, the pine tar and the pine.
Pine trees will burn even when they're soaked in water. They'll still burn.
We're supposed to get. They said rain in another 20 minutes here. It's coming in a little bit, not much, but it probably lasts about 5 minutes.
No, and that's our cloud cover.
Oh, wow.
I don't think we've had an inch in the last month and a half.
You got some
That's
big tall pines there.
So how often do you water your vegetable garden, Bruce?
Well, I hand water. We have rain barrels. We got 3 of them, so I hand water it with the green cans as much as I can.
But do you do twice a day, Bruce, or how often do you do it? How often?
I'd probably do them every 2 days because they're just dehydrating sitting there. So
yeah.
Huh.
And then I use the hose when I got bulk watering to do. I get the hose out. Away we go.
Yeah, so they were saying for tomatoes though, 1 full inch per week is what they're saying.
Right. And they
but I mean, running it off, though, it's not getting anything.
But it's depending on, how much evaporation you got out of the pot.
Oh, container, sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm in it's a 20-foot line. I've got 11 plants in there.
I'll tell you, my neighbor has a 3/4 acre lot, and he never waters his garden.
Right.
And he gets the crop no matter what,
Some people are like that.
Get rid of it,
oil or what?
Just lucky. Yeah.
Hey, Brando, happy birthday, Brandon.
Just the right amount of runoff and that. Yep. Yeah.
But the other thing is with your lawn, there's plug aeration, spike aeration. And then some guy I used to cut grass for, he talked about there was liquid aeration. But,
Liquid.
Is that after 3 beers or?
Yeah, right.
That's a wet part. That's what that is.
Now I got a technical question. So,
well, go to another channel. I mean, we don't want that here.
Stuck ring.
The guy that came and picked up that mower today, he still didn't like the way it sounded after I fixed it. So he said he wants to do a repower. So I suggested that for that 420 a Honda. And then we looked at a Vanguard. What do you guys think, Honda or Vanguard?
For what, a Deere 420?
Yeah.
Honda.
No.
The Vanguards are more popular for transplants.
Yeah. Because it's already got the feet, not,
No, but I mean, I think the Honda has the same bracketry at the bottom.
But it's twice the price of the Vanguard, though, I think.
I know, but they do run sweet. They do run sweet.
I wanted to put the Honda in there because I don't want to see it anymore.
You don't want to see it anymore?
No,
see him.
There's a guy in Australia called Drain Addict. His system they use to clean out the drains with, it has a twin cylinder horizontal on it.
The hell is that?
That's Brock's stomach growling. He has
Brock kicking the dog. I was like,
oh yeah, and and when you go to water your stuff, you're supposed to I think somebody said you either water early in the morning or late in the evening. But right now, that sun had hit it and be like, yep. And
I do it when I'm up there.
I'll water it.
Brock, look at Brandon's comment, and he does this for a living every day.
You don't like the Vanguard?
No. And to be honest, they are not that different from the regular Brixes anymore. I don't know if they're just cashing in on the name or what, but they used to be better. They really did. Yeah.
Thanks for that, because I did hear about those new Vanguards. It's not as good, even though they say it's almost like a direct replacement to the B48. I've not heard good things about the new Vanguard. Now the older ones, with that. Well, the older ones,
The Japanese Vanguard. What's that, James?
Yeah.
No, they had the Japanese version.
Oh, the Japanese Vanguard is probably what a.
Well, isn't the one with the round valve cover? Isn't that the Japanese one with like the rounded?
Probably, yeah.
Is it bricks made in Japan or what?
I think so.
Is it Harbor Straight's version?
You see them a lot though in the Skags too. The Skags use that kind of
Skags.
Yeah. But those are vertical though; they're not horizontal. Is the one you talking about horizontal or vertical?
It's vertical. Vertical.
So James,
wasn't there years ago?
Is Daihatsu making engines for
that's
brakes?
so.
It's because the shaft is in the rear, you know.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, because that John D you worked on, Brock.
Yeah.
You were very fortunate to get that Onan to run, because Onan, ever since they got bought out by Cummins,
I know, man. There's hard to find parts. And the thing about that one, it had a ridge on the cylinder.
Gotcha.
So I know that's where my compression is being lost. But also, I think that the flywheel key is half sheared because it'll run okay for about 15 minutes and then it'll knock the timing back off. So I think it's going this way, okay, and then I dial in the timing and everything, and then I knock it back off again. And then I start backfiring and doing all that, you know. So I just told the guy, you know what? If you don't like the way it sounds, it's getting that, you know, at high RPM, it's doing that, you know, that spitting through the carburetor.
Yeah.
Well, the valves are probably starting to float.
That's what I thought. So I did all the, stop it. Hold on a second. You go outside? Come on.
Oh, is that your wife you're talking about?
No. Does she have 4 legs? No.
Sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry.
It has to take a whiz.
She's a good girl. Yeah, she's getting older, so she's getting more vocal. You know.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah.
No, my little chihuahua, she's getting very vocal every time she hears a car pull up in the driveway. Like, Sophie, please, chill out.
My cat loves chihuahuas because he'll chase him down the road.
Yeah, but brother, you got one. Does yours have any hair on it? Because I see a lot of them. They look bald and they're already shaking.
Nah,
nervous.
Does that have a sight glass for a timing light?
Well, the thing is, it has a hole. So I put it at 21 degrees, right? And it was running great, and then it knocks itself back off again. I'm like,
they have such problems. Those
and that to me always screams flywheel key. Always, you know, when it gets knocked off like that.
It's changing halfway through.
Yep, changing halfway through. Yep.
I've actually had an old bricks once that had been loose for a period of time on the crankshaft. So either the flywheel wore or the shaft wore.
Yes, or the shaft, exactly.
Yeah. Something that baby. I've seen guys put and I never thought it would work, but I've seen guys put red Loctite in there.
Yep.
And it would actually hold it.
That's an old school trick.
I've seen that. I've used it on chainsaws before if it's bad.
Yeah. Did you see the time that Musty put red Loctite on there? Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, if it works, it works, right? I've seen. I tried a couple of times where I had problems with it, particularly on brakes engines or Chinese Chondas.
Yep, Chondas. Yep.
A little bit of valve grinding paste between the flywheel and the axle, and just rub it a couple of times, and then take it off, clean it off, put it back on. It goes. You can almost hear it going. It sits itself up against, and that has worked.
So it almost re-rounds itself.
Yeah. I mean, so you get more surface contact between the flywheel and the shaft.
Yeah.
Well, you know that
that's a good
we've
point.
all experienced it at one point or another, right?
Yeah.
So I think I am going to go with the Honda then. Yeah, it's got a capture plate that comes with it, and it's got.
And don't be afraid to go with the Honda kit. Like they sell it with the proper bolts and everything.
Yeah. It comes with the adapter plate.
Yeah.
It comes with the other.
Because I've seen guys try and do it with just a Honda. You know,
What's he
No.
you'll end up
It
fighting.
works apples to apples.
What's he going to do with the machine?
Was that?
What's he going to do with the machine? It's going to cost him quite a bit of money there.
Oh, this guy, it's a worker. So he's got a big farm. And that's one of the ones that he uses because it's got the 3-point in the back. And, yeah.
I'm Flames right now, Steve, because that's the only team left in Canada playing.
Is that on tonight, Bruce?
No, it was on last night. Now they're going to go back to Florida and have one more go at it.
Was that Monday, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
who was that? Somebody did a video. I think it was Casey or Ellis Mowers or somebody. They had one in power mower engine. I'm like, yeah.
You know, the power mowers are probably the better of the Chondas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working on that Husqvarna today, and it was Husqvarna's own engine, which is a long sin engine. You know what? It runs great, and it powers that thing. It only runs 2,600 RPMs. Normally they run 20,
that is
28.
nice. That's a nice little gallop.
Yeah, and it's got plenty of power. It doesn't bog down when you engage the blades. And I mean, it doesn't. The carburetor is a little overcomplicated, so it's susceptible to bad gas. But no, I mean, why not? It runs great, and since Bricks can't get their finger out and make a good engine, and nobody can afford a Kawasaki, so yeah, I think that they're not bad.
The Kawasaki's, I think they start at 120 Canadian. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. But they're good engines, but
boys, that was a disaster.
What happened?
Well,
this was a pickup, right? Pickup?
This is the guy that had to take out the second mortgage. So the push mower fires. So the push mower fires right up 3 primes, happy. But I tell him I didn't clean the 20 pounds of wet stuff underneath the deck because I might create more holes than what he's got now because he's left it filled with shit since 3 years ago when we serviced it.
Yeah.
So the riding mower, I go to start it and it's like, wow, I can't get it to go, but it started every time. Well, he starts fooling around with the linkage on the for the blade engagement and it fires up. So we go to load it up on the trailer, right? Guess what happens?
It falls off the trailer.
No, the guy lost the nut and the lock washer on the bottom of his 1 7/8 inch ball. We push it up the trailer. The tongue hits the back of his door on his SUV, scratches the shit out of everything. And I said, and he's like freaking out.
And it's your fault now. Yeah.
And I says to him, buddy, you're lucky this happened here. You just drove all the way from about 40 minutes away.
Could have killed the family.
Yeah, I said, you imagine the lawsuit if this thing would have come off when you were on your way here and hit somebody's vehicle.
Yeah.
What happened? The ball fell off?
The ball fell off because he lost the nut and the lock washer.
Yeah.
Wow. So somebody, as far as I'm concerned, either it didn't get tightened down properly because I've never heard of one coming off, or somebody went and stole his nut and his lock washer.
Yeah. That's possible.
I carried a big wrench all the time with me.
The 15/16s, everybody. Yeah.
So, anyways, we got an SUV door that's like totally scratched and dented now. And he's got to go and find. And I said, I think I got one, but we must have sold it because all I got is a 2-inch.
Yeah.
Wait, whose vehicle got scratched?
The owner's.
Oh.
Well, actually, his neighbor, who's his friend, who's using his trailer to pick up the guy that needed the second mortgage to pay. Now he's got to pay more.
So what did it do? It fell off and then just walked into it?
Tipped as we pushed the riding mower up the ramp.
It came up.
The front end came up and pushed the trailer into his back.
Into the tailgate?
Floor hatch. He's lucky it didn't blow out the window.
Yeah. Wow.
Nah.
So I don't think he's too happy.
Yeah.
I live my street.
There's that old saying, hey, the circle check.
Yeah. My street.
But I got the second mortgage.
My street out here it's on the slope, right?
Yeah.
So I always tell people when you come by with your tractor, park with your nose down, because then it won't get as steep when you
But I've done that too, where I forgot to go like that with the
lever.
hitch,
But in
and then
this,
drive up on the
this
trailer.
case, it still would have flew off.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, because
but
there's nothing retaining the ball.
but
Yeah,
thing is,
the trailer still had the ball in it.
I was gonna say, yeah, the ball was just hanging.
Yeah.
well, here those attachments are illegal.
Yeah.
It has
Did you have a nut?
No, it has to be the ball is milled out of the hook. The whole.
Oh, really?
So he must have left that trailer either hooked up all the time and he didn't know the bolt fell off, the nut.
Yeah.
Or because if he just put it on there fresh today before he came to your place, he would have seen that ball wobble.
No, he delivered it the last time, so the nut had to be on there because we unloaded it. Otherwise, it would have flipped
But I'm saying
off.
that trailer must have still already been on there because you would have noticed if you went to go hook it
Lucky
up.
he had the chains hooked.
Yes,
because he would have lost it.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, you're right, Hank.
I mean, here, if you run it without that chain or without that thing that's attached to the brake, that's the point on your license.
Yeah, same as here too.
Yeah.
Here in Ontario, I think the chain's got to be crossed.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that guy got that John Deere LT 133 from. I seen him on the road one day. He stopped to talk to me about something. Well, he apparently didn't have the safety chains hooked up. Well, he's going down the road. The trailer came off.
Yeah, that's
the
a bad
hitch.
day. That's a bad day.
I like those YouTube videos where the guy's watching his trailer go in front of him.
Yeah.
Don't say that. It's not even funny because it can happen, you know. Like,
Hey, it happened to me with a spare tire. I'm looking, I get this like bump, you know, and then I'm looking, the tire's passing me out. I said, look at the tire, it's going down the highway.
But that
and it was yours.
but the day I seen that guy, he had a John Deere on it. He was going to get it the front anti-scout wheel.
Yeah.
Welded back on. Well, the hood was in perfect shape. Well, after the little accident, no more hood. And I looked up that hood. It's four different.
It's a John Deere hood.
There's things I like about John Deere, but they can't make a good hood and a good seat.
Man, you're not lying, Bruce. You're not lying. Every single one I work on has either got a bad seat or a bad hood. Every single one.
I put an aftermarket yellow seat on my LX 178. And it, you know what?
That guy,
6 years.
In terms of hazards with trailers, I had to buy some extra large, you know, the curved ramps you can put on trailers.
Oh,
yes. The curved so the deck can clear it when it goes up.
Yeah.
I had to buy, and they were not inexpensive. They were expensive, but I mean, I was in my shop looking out on the road. People were trying to offload mowers. I'm kind of like, I don't want to see this.
Oh, the ones that go up at like a 60-degree angle.
Yes,
yes.
And then they parked with their nose up on the road, like.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is gonna come back out on you. And if you ever talk to anyone where a tractor has landed on them, you get hurt badly.
Imagine when they arrive with a motorcycle.
Yeah. So I had I bought these long things that
folding ramps.
Yeah. No, they're not folding. They are straight, but I've seen them folding. They're smart, but
I bought those solid, but they have
so I didn't have to watch people, you know, almost injured.
I bought special brackets, so I got 2x8s with the brackets, and they have a friction fit underneath, and then you just tie you got a bolt from the inside of the underside of the board back to the bumper.
Yeah. I noticed mine has little holes in the lip that goes on the trailer.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And you're supposed to put a bolt in.
Bolts through those. Yeah.
But not all trailers has a hole for the bolts.
No. Yeah, and you should have a nut underneath so it doesn't pull up the bolt.
Yeah, normally they give you the safety straps.
If you stop halfway up there, but with the front wheels on the tire and the rear wheels on the ramps, and you sort of engage the clutch a little too fast, it can push out the ramps.
Yeah.
Rodeo.
And I tell people you can borrow my ramps, but this is at your own risk. I don't load and offload.
I don't either.
No,
before we got the company trailer, Jake would drive a riding mower up our ramps into the back of the truck when we started 10 years ago.
Balls right there.
And then he'd come down and he'd say, you know what? I don't feel too comfortable doing this.
How is Jake doing?
If that thing backflips, you're in a world of hurt. You really are.
I back the trucks up to my hill, and that way the ramps are almost straight.
Right.
Yeah, that's smart.
I bought a trailer one time. The trailer, the ball stayed, the tongue stayed hitched to the ball, but the trailer's tilted. The body of the trailer tilted. I had to unload my Ford GT 65 3-cylinder diesel tractor off of it. I'm like,
oh, yeah,
that thing. Once you get to a certain point, you can feel that front end of that trailer raising up. I'm like, okay, we fit. Yep. All right, be careful, be careful. Then when you're loading, then all of a sudden, bam!
Way they work.
Yep.
Now our trailer used to be $1,150, and I think on sale we paid $950 plus tax for it when we bought it. I just looked at the same trailer. Now it's $2,200 for the same trailer.
Is it aluminum, Bruce?
No, it's galvanized. Galvanized.
Oh yeah, galvanized. Yeah,
galvanized steel. And then one of our customers brought a rider, and we told him we need an extension on it. He said, I could build you one. And I said, no. Good. Build it, take it away, and build it. And he said, well, don't you want to know what it costs? I said, you're a customer. You don't ask me what it costs to fix your equipment. I'm not asking you what it costs to do this job. He brought it back with, I don't know what the extension is, likely 4-foot extension on it. So we could drive it up. It was $200. Good deal.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
He spent more than 2 hours on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Plus, he supplied all the steel, all the wire, had it all reinforced where the wheels go, painted it. Like, couldn't ask for a better job.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Galvanized
is hard to weld, too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all depends which galvanized it is. If it's hot dip galvanized or if it's galvanized. There's different galvanized.
Put on a COVID mask and grind a groove, and then you got down to the meat.
Yeah,
I bought a brand new trailer this spring.
You probably did.
No, I didn't. No. 4 wheels, brakes all included on it, and all that. And it's a $3,000 US dollar trailer with registration and plates and all that.
Plates and registration.
Yeah.
No, that was included in the 20.
All the way legal, right there.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, you're looking at it, right? It's hot galvanized steel. That's good. Then whenever there's a hole in the frame, it's like they made the hole after they galvanized it, and rust forms. Yeah. And the rivets, every third rivet rusts. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
and you pay a lot of money for it. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Jesus. But but it's a nice trailer. When it's on the car, you don't feel it. I mean, it doesn't bump. It doesn't rattle. It doesn't do nothing. And you can do 75 on the freeway, and there's nothing. We don't have the same brake system, I think, as you guys do.
I bet those are inertia brakes, and you don't need a connection back to your brake pedal.
Exactly. Oh. Yeah. So whenever the car brakes, the trailer pushes, and there's a mechanism that engages the brake.
You guys
so it's kind of like when you get a U-Haul trailer, it has that on there.
Yep. I had a wilderness trailer, single axle, and it had that same inertia brake.
That's an awesome system.
Once you get up to double wheel, that's when they require brakes.
The electric brake.
But it's a nice one. I mean, it doesn't make any racket when you drive with it. It doesn't jump.
Right.
But when it hits something, it's really nice. But I will say, it's a little heavy to push around, even when empty.
Right, but, of course, because it's made out of steel, not aluminum.
Yeah, and the whole frame is more. This one can load a total of 1.3 metric tons.
Wow!
So it's
legally.
That means you can put 2 tons on it, and it doesn't look funny.
Your car has got to be able to be.
Then
you're getting up to what the car will tow. Yeah.
It's actually the reason why I had to change my trailer, because the one I had before was a 4-wheel as well, but only with little 10-inch wheels.
They really spin.
they spin, but it's easy to move around. And but my new car, which is a hybrid, it can't pull worth a damn. And in order for me to, if I had my old trailer, I couldn't even load up a mid-size garden tractor and be within the limit.
Yeah.
No way.
That is, I mean, it was allowed. It's allowed to pull 450 kilos without brakes on the trailer, and 750 kilos with brakes on the trailer, which to me is like, I mean, come on. But hey, that's the law, and I had to get another trailer, otherwise I couldn't drive a tractor around.
Don't mind me, I'm just watching for their return because they likely don't have the tools to put this thing back together. Somebody's got to make sure that we compress that lock washer properly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
So was it that trailer I bought?
I use oh, I'm sorry, Robert. Go ahead.
The trailer I bought, the day I went and bought it, I didn't think, but it was the old tools. And when I got it, one of the tires was flat.
You're breaking up, Robert.
One of the tires was flat. And I went to the gas station to put air in it. That thing, one of the rims was bent. I'm like, so I had to send it somewhere. They had to put a tube in the tire. I'm like, but that thing. And when I put the tire back on, somebody said, you didn't do this right. And they had to take a Coke can and get it all properly lined back up because of the old wheel. Yeah. But I'm like,
okay, I got a can story for you.
Okay, can it?
I got a can story for you.
Can it?
A guy came over and had us order two, the rear tine rototillers. So he wanted tires. So we ordered him 2 tires.
Are they like
so I said, just take your rims to the Murdochs and get them to install the tires. I can install them myself. So the other day he came over with the carburetor for me to ultrasonic clean. And I asked him, how'd you make out on those tires? And he said, the second one went on really good. I said, well, what happened on the first one? He said, well, that was a learning experience. When you order brand new tires, they're kind of compressed together, like, from shipping. So they're not opened up as much. Yeah. So in their wisdom, they figured they would take a can to put the can in between the ribs to hold the tire open so they could get it on, but they forgot to take the can out before they got it. So this can is rolling around on the inside of the tire.
Usually you set them out in the sun.
I almost had a heart attack when he told me that one.
Oh man, I was dumb enough to film my first attempt at those little tires. The fronts that are only 6 inches across.
Oh yeah.
My first attempt, I didn't have tire irons. I was using screwdrivers and all of my upper body to do this. And you should hear you should just see the comments. I left it up, but it's actually funny if it's not me. And after that, I drove down to the big store and bought tire irons and liquids and fluids and
No, but I mean, the trick about either heating up the tire in an oven if you have to, but in the sun, that does the trick. I mean, it makes
everything. You have to do absolutely everything plus more.
Yeah, exactly.
I did semi-truck tires for 25 years.
Oh, geez, those are. Have you done it on the tenders? Have you ever done it on the tenders that does airports? The service airport planes at airports.
Yep. So they're called airport tugs.
Yep.
The tugs. Yep.
Yep. They run like in a crazy amount of tire pressure.
They do. And they're small. They're smaller.
Yeah, they're small. Yeah.
Yep.
So the one good thing is we got this trailer falling apart here on video surveillance. So I got to give Jake the time down. He may put it on a video. It may be called "How Not to Load a Riding Mower on a Trailer."
Hey, you know what's funny? He'll probably get 1 million views. He'll probably get 1 million views. I just watched a guy got 7 million views on tipping his zero turn over on a hill.
Oh,
But
is it on a short or is it a real video?
It's a real. It's on a short actually. Yep.
Yeah, short's got a lot of views.
You don't get as many.
How about that one guy? he had a zero turn going down an embankment that had water.
Oh yeah.
He literally went over like 4 feet into water. I was like, why would you drive a zero turn down like a 90-degree embankment? I don't know.
Yeah, this guy, you could see the blades and everything still turning. Oh, it was crazy. Yeah. Now that's dangerous.
Oh,
you know.
Now, I had some pop up on my Amazon account. Amazon doing the advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
They were advertising the air cannon for seating the
Air
bees
cannon.
on
That's
the
like
tires.
the one I made.
For the tires.
Yeah.
I made
like
that
a cheetah. Cheetah. Yep.
Yeah. I thought to myself.
Hank did the video.
Yeah, Hank did a video. Yep.
Yeah,
you
but
guys
the
know
thing
that-
is,
Go ahead, Robert.
No, but
No,
but the thing is, the first time you use that thing, you're going, what the? Like, that air comes out. It comes out at high rate speed. You got 145 pounds of air going out that quick. Like, whoa, what the?
So I got out of high school, right? And my dad, you know, he's a welder from, you know, for Ford's 42 years. He retired. I got out of high school. I said, man, I'm gonna have a good break, you know. He's like, I got you a job at the repair shop at the corner. I said, well, what about my break? He goes, this is the real world now, buddy. So the first time that I used a cheetah, you know, a cheetah is, you know, like Hank built, man.
Is that a
it
boomer?
was an experience. So I'm out of high school. I'm a little smaller than I am now, of course. And I think, you know, and so what we used to do to the new guys at the tire shop, we used to wait till they went to the bathroom and put some baby powder in there, you know. Put it underneath the door and go, and they come out white from head to toe, pants down, falling. Oh, it was hilarious, you know. I never got cheated, I tell you that, you know. But we call it getting cheated. Yeah.
Now, well, that guy that's got them shorts on YouTube up there in Canada called the tire doctor.
Tire
he had used them. Yeah, he had used them things so often.
No, but I mean, tire
He's young
shops,
too, Robert.
Tire shops, they're a whole different game. I mean, they're pros. Some of them are pros, and they can swap. They can put on. Sometimes, if I get those small wheels, Bruce, that the front wheels on riding tractors, can be a hit to work on,
especially a new tire.
Yeah,
I take an old hard one too.
Yeah, I take it to a local tire shop, and they go, yeah, no problem. Here you go, $25. And
but I got a video of mine.
I know, but it's. I mean, I hurt myself the first time I had to do it. You know.
I use a ratchet strap. That's what I use.
Yeah.
I use a ratchet strap.
That's what they did on the second tire, Brock. They used
Yeah,
the ratchet strap to open it up.
Okay.
I said, smart thinking. You never thought of that. Well, the can worked really good on the first one.
Hey, Wayne, have you seen they're like straps. They're made out of 3/8 rope, and they're a ratchet. You just pull it.
No, I haven't seen them.
Compared to the ones that have the flat strap, a one inch flat strap. Oh, they don't have the pulling power that you would with a ratchet strap, but you can put a lawnmower in the back of your truck, and you just go
quick though too.
You undo it,
you
just
gotta weave it through or nothing.
Comes off. And I've got 4 of them, and
you got 4.
They're like $20 a piece.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Every cent.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But they only have like a 600-pound pull rate.
But hey, once you start getting up there in age, I've noticed.
Hey,
it's
buddy.
well, I've noticed that you'll pay good money for something that'll save you time and effort, you know.
Yeah. And your body. You know how many guys haven't used those? They come by and they got the junk, and they're picking up their lawnmower because maybe I brought it in, and they got ratchet straps from underneath their metal toolbox in the bottom.
Yeah.
And you can't you have to put them in a vise and take a hammer to them as you're squirting it with anything you can find.
I used to use a rope with a loop in one end tied with a knot, and then weave it through, wrap it around the hammer handle, and I used to just twist the hammer handle to keep it. And then before I used ratchet straps, that's the way we did it when we didn't have toilet paper, boys.
When when ships were made of wood and men were made of steel.
Yeah.
Bruce, are they like these?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
They're good, but they don't have the strength. Like I wouldn't.
I don't care. I
wouldn't
want them.
tie down a screw.
Yeah, right.
Now, for all of you guys working on two strokes, I just sold the Chubby Butcher a 2-stroke Duraforce push mower, steel deck, mint shape, carburetor cleaned, 1 liter of kinetics fuel in it, brand new fuel lines, fires right up, runs like a clock. He said, how much? I said 100. I said, you know what? $80. He says, okay, fire it up. I fired it up. And you know how a 2-stroke winds out, eh? But it's got a throttle control, so I slow it down. But when I shut it off, you hear this, and he says, what's that? I says, well, it likely doesn't have a brake pad on. That's why it's $80. So he took it home. He took it home, and he took the brake. He pulled up a YouTube video. He pulled the brake assembly off, and he said, I need a brake pad. And I said, we'll fix you up. Bring the assembly over. So I took a go-kart brake disc pad. They're like not a full circle. There's a little flat edge on the one side. I drilled quarter inch hole, deep enough that it would seat, and told him to epoxy it, JB weld it back onto the stud, because if you want to buy it, you got to buy the whole assembly. You just can't buy a brake pad, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
And then he JB welded it, and he may be keeping that for his own lawnmower. He says that thing is beautiful. He says now everything's nice and quiet, and it cuts great, and the brake pad works.
Yeah. A guy just dropped off a Montgomery Ward snowblower today.
Montgomery Ward.
I got a
That's
14
vintage
horsepower
stuff.
snowblower that just came in a couple of weeks ago.
You guys want to see it?
I never heard of Montgomery Ward.
No.
I haven't either.
We used to call it monkey wards.
Yeah,
Monkey Wards.
Just that it comes in now. That's a good customer.
Yeah.
Now, Montgomery Ward was a department store that went under because of financial issues. I had a Montgomery Ward limited edition Powercraft mower. Had the pole twin on it. That was a good mower.
But who wants snowblower serviced in?
Montgomery.
They always had the orange and white. Yeah.
Yep, orange and white.
Now, Brock, when they bring those in, I say, you sure you want to spend the money to work on this thing?
Yeah. Auger bearings.
Yeah. No, because you don't want to get stuck with it.
Yeah, I went to the shop.
Just take up a lot of room in your metal bin.
That has that swiveling spindle, right?
Yeah. Like the one guy brought the snowblower to me, and he says, just get her running. Everything worked fine 2 years ago.
Just get it.
So carb clean, friction wheel underneath, oil, lubrication, everything works. Go to engage the auger and find out the auger's dinked, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And now the guy doesn't want to pay the money.
Right.
Well, you know what that is? That's a one and done, I call that.
Well, now for 2-stroke stuff, we're asking $50 deposits. So the bonus of that is you bring us a 2-stroke, even though we're sending it out to 5-star, it's $50 deposit. So normally the people that are going to be too cheap to pay for a repair don't want to leave it with $50 out. So we get rid. Yeah, you get rid of them right away.
Get rid of them right away.
Yeah, you get rid of them right away. Like they don't even hang around.
Yeah, they're as rich as I was when I was 27 years old. 2 kids and a house.
Yeah, and Brian just took what he texted me. He took 16 or 17 trimmers to the scrapyard that people didn't want to pay for him to diagnose that they were, improper fuel mixtures, scored cylinders, carburetors, a $70 carb where it's no longer available. You know what I'm saying? You could get a second mortgage on fixing a trimmer.
Well, first thing I ask now when a trimmer or a blower, because they're the same really. Yeah. I said, what kind is it? Oh, it's Yard Works, or it's this, or it's that. And you're going, oh, no, I don't work on those.
Hey, I thought Robert just fell asleep on me, man.
Well, we just had a guy. Yeah. He's just resting. We just had a guy drop us off a Little Wonder 3-wheeled blower, 8 horsepower motor. They use them for driveway sealers, use them for blowing off the stones and everything off the driveways.
Sure. Those are powerful too. Yeah.
So he says, you can have it. I don't want it. I got nothing but trouble starting this thing, right? So I said, all right, right. So anyways, I put new fuel line on it. I put a new spark plug in it. I cleaned the fuel tank and put our Kinetics fuel in it. I fired up and it fires right up and no vibration, runs smooth as silk, right? Like it, I mean, I couldn't believe it's noisy as hell. My wife gave me shit for running it. So it's running like a clock. So I called the guy up and I said, hey, listen, like for $65, you can have this thing back. And he said, I'll give you 100. It means it starts. I said, yeah. So the guy shows up to pick it up. Guess what? I forget that it's got a fuel shutoff on it up underneath the tank. And I'm trying to start it and it won't start. And I give it a shot of carb cleaner and it dies. But I forget that this is what happens when you're 75. If you're out there and you're 75, so I don't open the fuel. So anyways, I tell the guy, I apologize. Say, listen, there's got to be something wrong with the carb. I lift it onto the Pender lift. I jack it up. I'm getting ready to take the carb off. And I realize all the problems I'm going to have because I got to remove the muffler to get bolts undone.
Yeah.
And I go around the other side and I notice, there's the fuel shut off and it's in the opposition. turn it on, fires right up, runs like a clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's funny you say that. I don't mind
rototiller. I don't mind people like knowing that I'm an idiot sometimes.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Run to the house, get that SD card, stick it in your computer, and make a video.
Yeah, how many people that we get call us up and they said, my lawnmower runs for about 5 minutes, and we say, loosen the gas cap.
Yep.
And they say, what? Just uncrack it, loosen it a little bit, fire it up, and see if it runs. They call back, say, yep, that's it. Now what do I do? We said, you got to clean. It's plugged up someplace, right? So like just use some air if there's a vent hole or something, but it's just plugged up.
Some of the 2-strokes actually have duck bills. I don't know if the 4-strokes do.
Yeah.
You know, especially when the green and the, what do you call it, the pine trees and powder, and it's sucking in all that powder in that little hole and it clogs it up.
The pollen.
Spruce tree dust.
The Honda HIX, it's got a whole rubber lip that goes up against the row of holes in the cap, and it'll open up to a vacuum, but not to a pressure. And those things, if they get clogged up, it'll take you 2 hours to clean it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It takes 2 hours. It is unbelievable.
What, a gas cap?
Yeah, it's a Honda HX, the one that, when you tighten it, it goes click, click, click.
The click, click, click. Yep. And the ones, the Briggs with the yellow writing on the top do the same thing.
On the side.
Yeah.
I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner unless they got the charcoal filter in them.
Oh.
I don't think the HX has the charcoal filter. Maybe for California.
Some of them got charcoal filters built into them. The real high ones where the top is real high.
Yeah.
What you got there, Robert?
That's the mower pan I'm waiting on. From Sears Parts Direct.
I mean, you've been waiting on that for how long, Robert?
Oh, God.
Man, that's beautiful.
This could be a $5,000 lawnmower.
See, for that kind of money, buy the whole tractor.
Well, they said it was shipped. They said it was shipped on the 15th, which was 7 days ago. So now they're talking about 8 to 10 days. I don't know, but see, we also have an issue. The top postal general for the whole United States, he got chewed out because they built a new distribution center in Palmetto, Georgia. The whole state of Georgia is messed up because of it. So people gonna get the mail late unless they ship this thing UPS. I don't know. I just can't seem to find a. I
That
go
is
to
so funny
track
because
it.
over
I go
here,
to track it. Yeah.
over here, UPS is the worst. I mean,
Yeah, Purelator's good over here.
if you
I don't
call
know.
if you call UPS here, you get this robot lady in on the phone.
Yeah.
And she gives you 16 options.
Robot lady, baby.
And
for
you and you have to say the number. And for some reason, I think that robot lady was made by an American, but it had some sort of a translation going. So it says, say 2. So I say 2 in Danish. You go, I don't understand. Please repeat. And you do that 3 times, you go 1 step back. Like you have to listen to the 16 options again.
Listen, I'm sorry, I do not understand that.
Yeah, it is horrible.
Yeah, one day I used to be able to talk to real people.
I last year at summer, I had some wine coming home from Italy, and I couldn't understand why it didn't show up. And so I called UPS, and finally, after about an hour, got a person. And the person said, yeah, we have it here in our warehouse, but we're a little busy right now, so we don't know when it'll be delivered. I said, can you hear yourself? What kind of a company? What does your company do?
Yeah.
Oh, we deliver packages. So can you deliver my packages? Yeah, but see, as I said, we're a little busy. We don't know when they'll be delivered.
They're just in the middle of a game of hearts.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I moved from the city to up north in northern Michigan, and I get my packages so fast now. It is unreal.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You're the YouTube guy. They know you.
No.
Follow me important. Yeah, I get it.
Klaus, you didn't have the option of pressing 2?
No. See, this was fully automatic. All you had to do was hold on to your phone, going, if you want 2, say 2. And I go 2. I did not
Sounds like
understand
2 to me.
Oh my good Lord, you should hear Trudy go when that doesn't work for her.
Yeah,
Hey, Hank, Stephanie got a kick out of what you just said, Hank.
Yeah, because usually it says say 2 or press 2.
there was no press 2 here.
If you
No press 2, Hank.
So
Say
I
2.
so I tried a little reverse psychology on this robot thing. So I figured that I would just speak English instead of the Danish translation. Lo and behold, it works.
No.
It works.
What, in Danish?
Danish?
No, it was speaking Danish, right? And I tried speaking Danish, and I think I'm pretty. My Danish is pretty okay, but that didn't work. Yeah,
What's 2 in Danish? What's 2 in Danish?
Toe.
Toe?
So I tried this reverse psychology on the robot, and it worked. I started speaking English.
Oh, Klaus, that's a good one. Reverse
That's a good one, buddy.
psychology on a robot.
I'm going to use that one next time. Somebody, True.
Yeah.
It's AI.
Yeah.
Where'd Robert go?
Artificial insemination.
Yeah. I think this guy had to drive to Dunville to pick the one in 7/8 ball. He's not back yet.
It's a good story, Wayne.
Likely they're all sold out. Everybody's sold out.
No, there ain't.
Oh boy.
No, but
Bruce, this is all your fault. I'm gonna go and get those wire.
Just check the load rating on them, Klaus.
Yeah, it's pretty poor, but who cares?
It is pretty poor. You're strapping it into the van or trailer.
I mean, the police officer doesn't know. As long as there's a rope on it, he's happy.
Yeah.
So, if there's no rope, he brings out the little thing where he writes your ticket.
Yeah, the 3/8 one is much stronger than the 1/4 one with the rope.
I don't. This one here says max load 68 kilos.
Oh, that's pretty low, eh?
Yeah, I know. I mean, all it's going to do is prevent the mower from going. Going like this, right? And it'll do that.
Now, you know how narrow trailer tires are, right?
Yes.
Pretty narrow, right? So Jake's buddy that's in the pit crew has a Chevette that he redid.
Chevette.
And he had little, tiny, narrow trailer tires on all four wheels, right? Like, I mean, this thing looked weird. And I said, you can't drive that down the highway. And he said, yes, I can. I said, those are trailer tires. He says, look at it. It says they're highway rated. I said, you're going to get pulled over. Well, 6 months later, he got pulled over by the police. They wanted to charge him with driving with unsafe wheels. And he pointed out on the tire, just look, sir. He says, it says they're highway rated. And he says, good enough for me. And he let him go.
No way.
I'm
He didn't want
telling
to get
you.
his uniform dirty,
That's like
checking it
people,
out.
yeah, that's like people putting those donuts on and leaving them on for.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
And they're doing 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, and they're only
It
good
says
for 80
60 mile an
kilometers.
hour max.
Yeah.
Right on it.
Have you guys tried
No.
driving a car where one of the wheels, particularly the back wheels, with a donut?
No.
That thing is all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah,
Now,
it's not funny.
you know the
number
reason
one
why
is
they
if-
call
if
them
it's
highway
on the-
rated because the highway patrol.
If it's on the drive side, they might not even be the right circumference.
No.
So
No, I mean,
your spider gears in the diff could be spinning like crazy.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it'll destroy the diff if you don't get something done. And every light inside the car, if you got a modern car, every light is blinking at you.
Yeah,
You know?
the new cars all have a cell phone, so
Yeah,
that
hey, something's going
the
on
company
back
knows
there.
you drove 300 miles on a freaking donut.
Yeah.
Now,
You see
you
it all
guys-
the time though.
do you guys want to hear a good one?
50 max. Exactly.
Here we have our Department of Motor Vehicles, and when a car manufacturer has an issue with a car, and there's a recall to be made, they communicate through the Department of Motor Vehicles, which is a countrywide government thing.
Standard.
Yeah, you get a letter. Your car has an issue. Please go have it fixed. And apparently, the manufacturers they are obliged to communicate with the government in order to get these recalls. So I got a letter in my inbox the other day, said that your car has a fault. Let's have a look. Your car has a fault. My car has an app. I can lock my car. I can start my car from my phone. Doesn't matter. Apparently, some people have experienced that when they shut down their car or something, that the emergency lights would blink for 20 minutes before
20 minutes?
and you couldn't do nothing about it. I said, okay, that's funny. So I'm reading on. What should I do? Where's the recall? Where should I go? Oh, the manufacturer will update this online. That means that just comes zip down to the car, and you don't have to do anything. Like, then why send the freaking letter?
Because if they did it online and you didn't know about it, then somebody would be liable.
Liable for blinking lights. I mean, I thought
But they changed something.
But I mean, if it's your brakes may fail. Okay, that's important information. I would like that. But that some blinker doesn't want to stop blinking, just update it and stop spending time on it. Come on.
But if they did it without notifying you, that would also upset you.
No, because I signed the thing when I bought the car that it automatically updates.
Whoa. What do you got there?
Snow crab.
Holy smokes. And lobster.
Lobster.
You
He must
dog.
have watched Chubby's last video and seen him eating that lobster.
That was a good
All right.
lobster.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah.
Jake and I had 3 the other day.
3.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, we split one.
Nice.
Lori won't eat lobster.
No.
Why
Bottom
not?
feeders.
That is good food. That is good food.
Yeah, Jake's
Yeah, we're
ordering.
doing,
He wants 10 pounds of just pure lobster meat on their next trip. No, like not whole lobsters, just frozen lobster meat in little containers.
$1,000.
So now when you get it from the store, it has a little thing on there where you go through the exit, it'll make that little anti-theft thing turn on.
So you can't
Oh.
steal the lobster.
Like, what are they doing? Sticking, I don't know. How would you steal that big old bag of
I
lobster?
don't know, but thieves are not the smartest of people. Maybe that's why they're thieves, you know.
Hey, never mind. The carriages now have brakes. If you get past the point,
Yeah.
they got a brake.
Yeah.
Like a baby carriage?
Yeah. No, the grocery carts.
Yeah.
So you can't go off the property with them.
Hey, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home Depot started doing that.
Yeah.
No, Home Depot started doing that because people were rolling out and not paying for stuff. At sensors like, yeah, he didn't pay. Put the brakes on the car. Like, yeah. Oh, somebody posted a video on YouTube. They caught a actual blue lobster. And they're like, yeah, we got to put this thing back.
A blue crab.
Blue lobster. They're very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, a blue crab in Florida. I used to catch them all the time.
Well, no, this was actual lobster.
Oh, a blue lobster.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Once in a while.
From Mars.
Yeah.
It probably swam next to a DuPont factory or something, and it turned blue.
Yeah, with the 3 eyes.
Many years ago, when my dad was a young guy, they used to have blue walleye in Lake Erie.
Yep.
And every now and then somebody will catch one that is a blue color, and then the Ministry of Natural Resources will take it to do like DNA testing on it.
Yep.
And they'll say it's not an actual blue. So nobody's really caught a blue walleye. They say they're extinct. But every now and then I've seen guys fishing where they've caught one, but when they get it analyzed to check DNA in it, it's not a true blue.
Nope, not true blue.
Oh.
It's
Wayne, what generation are you in terms of being in Canada? Are you a second generation or third generation?
Second. My grandparents came from the old country.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just legally.
Legally.
Yeah. Went through the process, and then the name got changed by whoever was in charge.
Right.
There's one that looks blue. Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
but not authentic, probably. Not authentic.
I wonder if that's
because
a
they're
true
completely blue and authentic.
Yeah. Just don't eat anything that glows at night.
Yeah.
Well, that's all Detroit River.
Right on, Hank.
Let's see.
You know, Detroit River has got that forever disease. I don't eat out of there no more.
Yeah, it's endangered species, extinct in 1983.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's it.
So what about does Sarnia come across the river? Is there because I know Sarnia is. Hopefully nobody's watching from Sarnia, but
what is it?
It's all oil refineries and chemical plants and benzenes and all kinds of bad stuff.
That's that forever disease.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all those 55-gallon drums are starting to corrode now.
Yep.
When they tuck all that stuff
and everybody's gonna be paying for it here pretty soon.
Yep.
It's everywhere. Up in the Arctic, a gold mine up there that's got enough arsenic in it to kill everybody on Earth.
Yeah.
Just remember, keep paying your taxes so the rich can go up to Mars.
Yeah, right.
Because you ain't gonna get there.
Or the submarine.
That's a lot of lawnmowers, Hank.
There's no lawnmowers on Mars. I'm not going.
So our furnace just went. Not our furnace, but our air conditioning just went out the other day. The compressor. So the guy tells me, well, of course, it's discontinued. You got to have a whole unit, and the basement coil has to be replaced.
Yeah.
So it was like $6,000.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So now the saying around here lately is that's a lot of lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Well, my Lori just told me our house taxes came in. You guys are gonna say, "Wow, you got it made," but they're $4,050 a year.
That's expensive.
And when we moved here in 1989, it was, I think we were like $1,350.
That's expensive too for here.
For 1,100 square foot house with a 50-foot wide by 150 foot.
Are you paying business taxes on that, Wayne?
What's that?
Business taxes?
No.
Our last
residential.
Our last house was almost $6,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah, you
Damn.
guys in the States get killed, eh? Like, I hear you guys are paying
What?
like 10 grand US for property taxes.
So if you have a mortgage, you can claim in the States. You can claim the interest off of your income tax.
Correct.
But
you can't
here,
do that here. You can't do that here.
Here, what is it here?
So it
900.
probably works out. A middle class guy gets stiffed somehow one way or the other.
Yes,
Well, I always
my electrical bill without air conditioning was $208 this month.
Wow, that's
no
expensive.
air.
That's about
Yeah.
No air. Next
That's
month,
crazy.
even more.
Yeah.
Is it itemized though? Is it itemized bill or no?
No.
Do
It's
they
No,
come
but
out and check it every once in a while?
Mine will be about 500 next month with AC.
Yeah.
Wow, no way.
Okay, we don't have AC,
Serious?
right? We don't have AC.
Ken, hey, I'm gonna be saving money by the day, right? But because no AC. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're rich.
Yeah, AC is about $10 a day here. So about
Hey, I'm living in high cotton. What I gotta say?
According to Anita, I never turn on the AC in the shop.
Nah, but see,
In the shop.
Tennessee.
You know what my AC in the shop is, Klaus?
Like I said, the state
when
of
I get it
Tennessee.
running and the air hits.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I thought you maybe had a swamp cooler.
Yeah.
Well, they have them. They're just air blows through a rag.
Yeah.
But that's only 2-3 degrees change. That's all
Right.
it is.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, I always wondered how
I will say here, it doesn't get that hot normally. So I can usually go by opening the garage door and the side door of my shop and the air just circulates. But some days when the air is completely still and it's hot,
yeah,
Can't breathe.
So
I can't breathe. So I close everything up and turn on the AC.
There you go. Here's an AC question for everybody. This is one of my new neighbors. He just moved in. I've never met him. Okay, he sends me this email, this text.
What do you say?
That's 37.
Do you fix air conditioning?
Oh, we'll just say, well, the problem.
Small window
Yeah.
unit
Window unit
that
is
is
leaking.
leaking.
Either way, looking
Either
for
way, looking forward to meeting you. Oh my gosh.
Wait,
Are
so
you
what I
serious? Just moved in, eh?
Wait, look what I said.
Well, hey, that's job security right there, brother.
No,
yeah, but they're supposed to leave.
Yeah.
Is it tilted down in the back?
Yeah.
Should it be? Right. So I tell him,
Should it be?
wait, so yes, or else it'll leak out the front, at least an inch down the back. That's exactly what it's doing. I'll be back. Right. So then he texts me.
It worked.
That's a $40 invoice right there, Ken.
That would be a case of red wine there. Thank you.
Where do you think the water's going to go when it's tilted inside the house?
Yeah.
That's knowledge by the minute, Ken. Right there.
You can
Knowledge by
say,
the minute.
I'll take cash and I've got a mailbox.
Hey, no. Hey, you know
no.
what? No, actually helped me on that last video. Thank you, Noel.
Oh, I'd like to pay that much, Rich. That's nothing compared to here.
Yeah.
I got a neighbor up the street, got a 5,000 square foot home, 15,000 a year property.
Yeah. That's how our place in Florida was. It was
crazy,
terrible.
Yeah, I was wondering, how does Florida operate if they got no sales tax and no
Well,
income
it's
do
the
they have
tourists.
sales tax or no income tax?
Well, the tourists pay for all that.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, but how do they pay? How's the government function? No
Well,
income tax.
it's all the businesses.
Disney World.
Yeah.
Disney World is now part of
It's
Florida. It's not its own entity, right?
It's a small world that runs the state, and
Yep.
that's how it is.
Well, Orlando, they say
Well, I
Orlando
said the state of
accounts for
Tennessee.
30% of the whole state.
Oh, they get
They
you
don't
on the
have
back
property
end.
tax, and I heard that's the
Fort
same.
Myers, I tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, when we used to live in Fort Myers, everything was a fee. You know, I got $120 fine in the association for having a wrong light bulb in my mailbox.
I think those associations are just crazy.
Yeah.
And then the same day I got the fine, our little dog almost got eaten by an alligator. So I said, well, where's the alligator police or whatever?
Yeah. And the association said,
we don't do the alligator.
We only do light in mailboxes.
Yeah, we only do light bulbs.
We don't patrol the alligator.
we only police light bulbs.
Oh, alligators! That's just
believe
part of that's just part of the charm of living in Florida. Right?
It is. I got out of there, man. I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it.
I've only visited. I never.
All those Canadians coming down.
So we had a little bench on our porch in a small lanai on the porch, and then we had a bigger lanai over the pool, right? So the guy used to have his own key, come in, and do the pool, right? And apparently you got to give another key to your porch, and then that's where you put all your little envelopes with your check for the palm tree guy, right, babe? Right? Yeah. There was a palm tree guy. And then there was a yard guy, and then there was a sprinkler guy, and there was a roof guy that got all the gunk off of your
gutters,
your Spanish tiles, right?
Oh, yeah.
I said, well, what if I want to be the guy? No. The association did not want you to do your own lawn or your own.
Because it would look different. It would look
nothing.
different.
Nothing.
Sounds like the mafia to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I could put the wrong light bulb in, and I get charged. How about that? I didn't like Florida. It was not cool. Yeah, I said, well, I'm from Detroit, and we put your own light bulb in.
Jesus.
Yep.
I can see that. I can see how that loses its charm. Yeah.
Terrible. Yep. Yeah.
Unless they force you to have your lawnmower serviced at my shop in Florida. That could work.
I've been lucky. I've gone.
It could work.
I've gone 13 years without the city coming in and telling me to not do this small engine repair anymore. Yeah, I've been lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember Dave?
Everything's out the back door.
Dave, remember Dave? He was working on stuff in his backyard or whatever, his front yard, and then the guy sent some work to him that worked for the government.
Oh no way! Are you serious?
So he had to shut down. Yeah.
Man,
I'm so lucky. My house was built in 1954.
I'm almost done.
In 1972, whoever lived here applied to the city to process honey out of bees honey.
Yeah.
And they got that approval. That's a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once a property here in Denmark gets that approval, you can always reinstate it. So if I call them up tomorrow and say, I'm putting up shop, I'm taking that Oregon flag and putting it out there, they can't do a thing about it.
So you're pretty much under the old law.
Then.
Yeah. But can't they raise your taxes?
Yeah.
Nope.
Because it's commercial.
Nope.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Under old law. Old law.
The only problem would be if I ever get an employee.
Oh.
There has to be certain things that must be. There must be a toilet and a bathing facility and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What about a funnel with a hose on it sticking out the side of the shop?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of us, we're just sniffing those fumes, going wee. But yeah. So basically, I just found that out when I built my shop, because I asked the city to supply me with all the documentation for the property in terms of wiring and sewage and all that. And they basically had nothing. They basically had nothing. So whatever you find out here was before I moved in, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like friends.
And if I want to open up shop one day, that should not be a problem. My town has every house. We have a main road going through town, and it's a very small town, 3,000 people, very small town. But we have one main road going through town. Every house that has its property out to the main road has an automatic license to run a business.
Nice.
This was made in 1860 something.
That's the way it should be every place.
Well, yes and no.
The economy would
people
grow.
can buy with their horses.
I mean, if you buy a house in an area that you think is going to be nice and quiet, and somebody opens up chainsaw shop right next to you, I can understand why people get a little offended by that. But hey, here it's if you don't have one of those, if you've never had anything approved, if you don't live in an area where the law says that you can have a business, you have to apply for it.
So you know what I've done?
And very few people get it within the city limit.
So I've gone and I have talked to everybody within 3 cul-de-sacs of my house. I'm in the middle cul-de-sac, and the people across the alley as well, and they all get free small engine repairs.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
And
I mean,
I don't think I've had a complaint yet.
No, we don't get any complaints.
My neighbors, I mean, if I hear one of their mowers hunting, I'll go get the mower without asking. Yeah. Fix it and go back. Hey, what did you do? I fixed your mower. What does it cost? Nothing.
We don't give it.
2 years ago, my wife and I were sitting in the backyard under the poplar tree, and I heard this chunk. And I said to Trudy, "Oh, somebody just hit a,
We have preferred rates.
Yeah. And
preferred rates.
The next day, it was the lawnmower was just behind the garage, sitting there, and I got a mower. Flywheel key.
Yeah.
They still there, Wayne?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, they're still here. I'm still waiting for them to show. I don't know why they can't find the 1 7/8.
Yeah.
Like, they got to buy the whole thing. You ain't going to buy a nut and a lock washer. You got to buy the whole new ball assembly.
$19. That's it.
I thought you'd had
Years, I might have to move the trailer off the street onto the front lawn.
Yeah.
Weld on a
Jake's
weld on
buddy.
an inch, and a 15, 16 stud onto the trailer.
Yeah, Jake's buddy. They have a home care, not a home care, home renovations company, and they got approval to build a big shop in behind their house. And I think their property taxes were like $5,000. They're kind of in the country, so they got no water, they got no sewage, they got no nothing.
Yep.
And they're paying $5,000 a year. Well, they get this approval, they get all the permits. They spend $20,000 pouring the concrete with all the proper footings for the car lifts, and the one side is a woodworking shop, and the other one's an automotive shop, so the guys could work on their vehicles.
Yep.
They get it. Now, being in the home reno business, they shut their business down and they build this thing, and it's a big family. So they get this thing built like in a week. It's up. Like it's operational, right? All the windows are in, everything's done. And then they get the building inspector shows up and tells them there was a mistake made. The Environmental Association ruled that you can't have this building because there's some kind of extinct toad that lives in this area, right? Well, it's too bad. The building's already up. So the old man says, sorry for your luck, but here's all the paperwork says it's okay. And look, I ain't tearing it down.
Yeah.
But the taxes went from 5 to 10.
Oh my God.
And the toad is still extinct.
Toad's still extinct underneath that $20,000 worth of concrete, I think.
Okay.
I mean, you'd think that the people that gives the permit would sort of ask the stakeholders.
Sure,
yes.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's
but
always in the
to buy a shop around here, like in a commercial area, we looked at a few. There was a 4-bay garage came up for sale. It was $1 million. Basically, you need $1 million to end up with a building now.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to have $1 million.
And you got to anybody who works in there has to have workman's compensation, and
That's right.
insurance and liability and all of that stuff.
Jake doesn't have any employees. He's just got me, the gopher, and him.
Right.
Yes. And
I'm not an employee. I don't get paid. I get paid in steaks and for Father's Day, 18 imported beers.
yeah.
Bad jokes.
I'm kind of worried because Monday I got a carpenter coming or a builder coming to add on to the, give me a price to add on to the house and add on to my, I want my shed added onto, or on my deck build a shed, another bigger shed, a workshop. So I'm just wondering what that all is going to cost me.
Oh, I need that Hank money right there.
Well,
Hank, you may want to have 2 guys come in.
Do it as fast as you can.
Yep.
Because
right underneath
25 years from now, you're not going to be using it.
Yeah. Hey,
Go do it. Do it.
That's
right now.
awesome, Hank. We
Yeah, because
appreciate
Hank, me and you, I ain't taking my money and putting it in a box with me.
No.
I'm getting cremated, buddy. So that's it.
There's no room.
There's no
for the
room.
money.
Well, that's, you know what? That's why we go to Mexico, is because 15 years from now, I won't be going anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a smart move, Bruce. It's a smart move.
I mean, everybody teases me, but hey, it's.
I
I
appreciate
saved the money.
I don't
I saved the money
you.
25 years ago.
I'm dripping envy. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're just waiting until we can all get together in Mexico with you, Bruce.
Oh, that'd be nice, eh?
Yeah.
One bit, we'd all be arrested.
Oh yeah. There'd be a lot of cervezas, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to run around and say, "Oh no, Wayne did it."
Yeah.
Wayne, ask a mafia guy. You know.
Well, we was talking about this a few months back, Hank and I and Kenny, about, it could be interesting if everybody could show up somewhere in the middle, which would probably be around the eastern borders of the US.
Maine or Vermont.
Maine, Vermont, Connecticut, something. Maybe a little further down south, so even Hank has to go drive just so
Hank and Ken.
Is it Kentucky that has that small engine? Isn't it Kentucky that has that big exhibition every year?
Oh, Indiana, is it?
Is it Indiana?
I think so.
If I'm going up that way, I'm going to rent a limousine and have the guy party, the party area in the back filled, and me and Ken are going to be partying while we're getting driven up there.
Well,
there you go. All right. That sounds like a plan.
Like a male Thelma and Louise, right?
Yeah. Hold on, Hank.
Well, they didn't make it.
Go out there.
Hold on, Hank. I thought we talked about this. I have to be in there too.
Well, come on over.
Maybe Jake will let me drive up in his 67 Mustang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Hank, I wasn't trying to talk you out of doing the shed expansion. I'm just trying to talk you into doing it.
Oh, yeah. For sure. That'd be nice.
Get it done. Make yourself comfortable. Get a nice shop.
Yeah.
Hey, Hank,
I mean, how expensive
you've done, man. You deserve it, brother. Yep.
In terms of the Canadian guys here, how expensive is it to fly from wherever you are to, say, New York?
I think it's probably cheaper for us to fly to New York than it is for me to fly to Toronto, and it's the same distance.
Yeah.
Canada's really expensive because we've only got 40 million people, so and it's a huge country, so somebody has to pay for all that infrastructure. There's only like a half a person per square mile or some ridiculous thing.
The thing was, we were thinking about it. We had to make it bearable for everyone who wanted to participate.
Right.
I can see a guy like Steve Small Engines out in Vancouver. That's a pretty long haul to get to New York. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of Port Colborne and Edmonton, would New York be an issue, a possibility?
That's cute.
That's a limo you're taking, Kenny?
No. We got a couple of hot dates. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my speed, buddy.
Yeah.
So now we were just talking about that could be fun. Everybody getting together for a couple of days, maybe meet up at a hotel or something.
I'd be in.
It would be.
It would be fun. Yeah.
Bruce is leaning to one side, so he's sitting tighter on his wallet.
I didn't even know.
There you go. There's all the blue hairs. There's all the blue hair express.
Yeah. I didn't even know I was doing it.
Oh, I saw that.
I gotta get going.
We could be as big as Toro if we go to one of these expositions all together.
Exactly. We could.
We could all get T-shirts made saying "We are not Toro." And then on the back we put our own logos on.
Oh yeah.
We're not Toro. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Or we just team up with Taro and be even bigger. Yeah,
yeah.
We're still waiting for the T-shirts out.
My email's on there. I know.
I know.
Look, Bruce.
You know, I don't know if I want to be any busier.
Look, Bruce.
Bruce, big
Bruce,
dog. Look,
Bruce,
Yes.
here's,
Bruce, big
Bruce,
dog.
here's the thing. We got to talk about this because once you've done the initial stuff, you don't have to do anything.
Nope.
Right. Spreadshirt.
Spreadshirt. I'm telling you, upload that logo, place it on the
Well,
gadgets.
okay, so what I like to do, let's say I make $1 per shirt.
No, you.
I'm
No,
gonna
you
get
do.
ready to do it myself.
Hold, hold
Sell
on.
one to
You
each
make,
subs-
you
sell one to
make
each-
more.
Oh yeah, I know. Sell one to each subscriber, and I'll have $45,000.
Yes. Or if you save $2, you only have to sell it to 22,500 and
Yeah.
make the same money.
Well, there you go. Let's
What's
divide it down. I'll sell each shirt for $1,000.
I made $30 already on my video that Wayne Doge sent me that thing. Made $30. I'm happy.
There you are. There you are. Hey.
I mean, I just lowered my prices down to minimum.
Right. So they sell.
So they sell, and then I'm gonna. I mean, after the summer, I'm gonna raise them back up. But I make about $8-9.
Guys, I gotta go and install a 1 7/8 trailer hitch.
Hey, use the half-inch impact.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Take
Bye,
care,
boy.
guys.
Take care.
Bye, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
See you, brother.
All right. Well, like I said, we got about 50 seconds left. But anyway.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys. I gotta cook.
Go cook.
Yeah.
Cook those lobster.
Take care.
All right.
Yeah, it is. How hot's it up there, Hank? How hot today?
Oh, let me look. Let me look.
Look at that. He's in the cockpit of the.
Right now,
Yeah.
it's a little cooler right now here. It says 86.
85 feels like 91.
Okay, we are 24 degrees here, and it feels like 24.
Same here, Bruce. Same
That's
here.
our first.
today.
That's our first nice day, Klaus.
Yeah, it is. I mean, 24 is just absolutely
Perfect.
Yeah.
We go down to 10 at night, though. Right, still here.
Yeah. But you're so
So
much
before we-
inland. It has to cool down during night.
You know what? The sun is setting at 10:30 at night, and it's coming up at 4:10.
Same here. Same
Wow.
here. It's nice.
Yeah, you're probably on the same latitude.
Yep, we are. And,
All right. So
and
before we sign off, again, happy birthday to Mick and to
happy
Brandon.
birthday, Mick.
Happy
Yeah, oh,
birthday.
yeah. Hey,
And Brandon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Shirt on
I
today.
was 21.
Take
Nick,
care,
I was
guys.
21 years old when you were born. Oh,
There you go. I was gonna say when Mick was born, I was watching Grease at the movie theater,
Yeah.
1978.
I
right,
was
buddy.
10 years old.
Bruce, Klaus, Skank.
yep.
We'll talk to you
Everybody
tomorrow,
take
guys.
care. Great chat out here.
Oh, who's in
today.
the basement? Who
Thank
just
you.
what? What? Mick just signed up. Who's that? Hold on. That's Robert.
Right.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye.
Sign us off. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
See